welcome back to the city of Belfast for the 2008 edition of UK's Strongest Man. Last time out, reigning champion Glenn Ross didn't have everything his own way. England's Adam Townsend leads Group A. Today it's the giants of Group B, and all eyes will be on Jimmy Marku, who came second last year and is back stronger than ever. So confirmation of how Group A looks at the end of the first day, and it was Adam Townsend who surprisingly moves into first place with 25 points, with Glenn Ross of Ireland following close behind. But Ian Plews of Scotland and Ross Tweedy of Ireland went home early. Well, there's more to come with the Viking Press coming next, but first, let's meet the men in Group B. Andy Kearney of Scotland, Scotland's strongest man for the last 2 years. He'll be looking to rattle a few feathers. Big James Fennelly of Ireland, a newcomer to this event. World record holder in the deadlift, so watch out for him. Rich Gorvin, representing England. A good performance from him last year, third in England's strongest man this year. Big Jimmy Marku, the man to watch and the man who could take the title away from Glenn Ross. Representing Scotland, Ken Nowicki, nicknamed Kendo. 20 stone, second in Scotland's strongest man. Big Dave Mackaninee, Big D from Cumbria. First time for him, but he's the North East England's strongest man. And Dave Warner, representing Ireland. Good experience and very highly regarded for this competition. Ireland's strongest man for the last 3 years. And the lone Welshman, Mike Williams, got injured last time out and will be looking to improve on his performance. For the first event up, Viking Press, and here's head referee Gary Taylor.
First event at this year's UK's Strongest Man is the Viking Press. This monster weighs 140 kilo. The athletes have to press this to arm's length and as many times as they possibly can in 90 seconds. It'll test the real strength.
Well, the first up on this occasion is Richard Gorvin. Richard Gorvin, a man who originates from Wimborne in Dorset. He's a leadwork specialist, incidentally. He's 6'3" tall and 21.5 stone, so he's got all the equipment necessary to perform well in this. And he's got good stature, close to the ramp, leaning forward slightly, just bringing the chest and the head forward as he extends the arms. Good technically, this.
Yeah, he's looking good on this Viking Press, Richard is. Yeah, he's certainly got all the tools. So looking for a good score as well here.
Well, he's been around in the strongman competitions for some time. He's been training very, very hard for the last couple of seasons to achieve more in this field. Look at that, 13. That's a very, very good score indeed.
Yeah, he's equalled Glenn Ross's score from the last heat.
Richard Gorvin there with an incredible score of
Yes, indeed, Glenn Ross, who was second overall in the first heat.
And the next one up from Ireland, James
Now
Fennelly.
then, James Fennelly from Kilkenny. Now what can he do?
Yeah, James is a former powerlifter.
Slight in stature compared with some here, though one has to say that. He's got the height, but certainly the girth, not necessarily. He's 6'3", he's 18 stone, an electrician.
Okay, James,
Fairly narrow stance there. Now then, let's have a look, see what he can do. 13 was Gorvin's score. Oh, he's struggling, he's struggling.
Yeah, looks real uncomfortable under the apparatus.
I don't think he's going to get a rep here. No, he's not, he's gone. A tough one, that just shows you how difficult this is. Very, very difficult indeed. 140 kilograms. There's a 90-second time limit as well. Here's a man, Jimmy Marku. Saw him performing well last year from South Harrow. Big fella, very powerful. Now, if there's ever a powerhouse, this is it.
Yeah, he's got all the tools here, Jimmy Marku. You'd expect him to do very well. He's one of the strongest men around at the moment.
I agree with that. Look at that. He's getting the count down very easily indeed. He's using his legs, but technically very sound.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to have the depth, though. The handle should drop just below your ears.
Good point there, but he's been given them, certainly. It's just down by the ears, isn't it? The point you make. You're quite right, it isn't going as low as some. 11 scored, and I think once again here you've got I don't think he attempted anymore. I think he's quite happy. He's going to qualify from this early round. Certainly one of the favourites overall, I would think, in this competition on current form. So Andy Kearney next from Scottstown. Ken Wickie, incidentally, didn't score, just as James Finelli didn't score on this one. So we're through to Andy Kearney. Now Andy's got a good reputation in this. He's a very strong presser. Nicknamed Robocop. He's 28, as you can see there. Very, very strong from Scottstown. Postgraduate student, incidentally, as well as being a security advisor. He's got a pretty varied occupation. Look at this, good use of the legs. Good extension. Now that is a lower drop, isn't it? Almost to the shoulders there. Technically very much better.
Yeah, very strict, good technique, performing the discipline very well.
Look at this, that's 12. Richard Gorvin, remember, with 13, and he's now Richard's in second place. This is a man who's taking over the lead. Andy Kearney, 15. Oh, 15 scored. How many did he say? 15.
Yeah, awesome display.
Absolutely, that is going to take some beating, I can tell you. I just wondered whether he was pointing to a shoulder injury or whether that was just sheer unadulterated boasting. I reckon it was the latter.
Our next competitor from England.
Andy, a big start for you.
Yeah, I told you in my interview that it's my favourite event, and I put a marker out there. I'm not here to make up my numbers this year. I could have done more than that as well. I paused at 13, but if you wanted 3 more, I had them in the tank. But it's my favourite event. I've got off to a start, so let's hope I can keep the pace up and go to the final this year.
One thing's sure, he can't count. He actually got 15 on that score, so 2 better than he thought. Dave Mackaninee from Penrith is next up. Now then, what can we expect from him?
Yeah, I think Dave will do quite well on this event. Real big guy, 22 stone.
Okay, Dave, take it away.
Comes from the northeast of England.
And lift. Down.
Well, he started well.
Down.
Just that little jerk movement of the legs, just giving the momentum, just overcoming the inertia of the bar. Then the arms come in. Once again, very strict, all the way down to the shoulders.
Yeah, it's a very good performance here, but he's made it look so difficult.
Yeah, 7 scored, with the lead at 15,
7 lifts with Dave.
with Andy Kearney, and then Richard Gorvin with 13 in second place, Jimmy Marku 11 in third. So, sheer effort. Just look at the effort involved in moving this weight. So Dave Warner, what can you do? Now Dave's got a pretty good reputation in this. He's certainly got the stature. There's a real element of athleticism with this man as well. And Warner.
Yeah, Dave's an awesome character, you know. Again, been around a long time, real experienced athlete. He'll have no problem here. He used to train with Rob Dixon, a former Britain's Strongest Man competitor, both of them living in York at the time.
Well, this looks pretty good, doesn't it? He's a managing director of a design company, I'm told, married to Ruth, and says he's very much under the thumb. Well, yes, you have to be, don't you, sometimes? 11 scored. 15 is the leading distance. Now then, 12 gone, 13 to go into equal second place.
His technique's been really good all the way through.
Yes, he's got the 13, so he's equal second. So he'll get 6.5 points from that, shared with Richard Gorvin. So Dave Warner and Richard Gorvin, the 2 to share.
Thanks, Stuart. Confirmation of the results of the Viking Press then, and it's Scotland's Andy Kearney leading the pack on 8 points. But down at the bottom, James Fennelly of Ireland, Scotland's Ken Nowicki and Mike Williams of Wales all failed to get off the mark.
You're looking pretty fired up.
Yeah, well, last year it hurt. I never made the final. Sometimes you come to these places and people look right through you like you're just here making up the numbers. I'm no mug. I'm number 1 in Scotland and I'm going all the way this year.
So Andy Kearney feeling confident for this competition. Well, you heard it. Can he continue to form when we come back after the break with the Sweetie Snatcher?